Now, the writer also brings up 2 Corinthians chapter 3, or the querist brings up 2 Corinthians chapter 3. And he states of 2 Corinthians chapter 3 that these are two different covenants. The one given at Sinai in tables of stone, and the one I've explained, which is in the Spirit. And thus we have this antithesis, this yin and yang, this push and pull between the flesh and the Spirit. And that's how different they are. When you look in Galatians chapter 5, Paul tells us very clearly that if you are walking according to the flesh, you are not in the Spirit. And if you are in the Spirit, you are not under the law. Verse 16 says, I say then, walk in the Spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusts against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other. They are contrary to each other. And he says, so that you do not do the things that you wish, but if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. How can they be the same? If they are the same, if flesh and spirit in 2 Corinthians 3, because that was the distinction between the letter and the Spirit, between the old law and the new covenant. If they are the same, then if you are led by the Spirit, you are under the law. But that's not what the text says. It says, if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under Torah. That's the point of 2 Corinthians 3. They were being transformed. Read the entire context. That's what the Spirit was doing, transforming them from Torah into the Spirit of the Lord, into the new covenant. And as the Bible teaches, the Spirit came on Pentecost. When? That is like almost 1,500 years after the covenant was given under Moses. So they're not the same.